when you think about what's happening in this country's history and what our government has been responsible for in the past, it is not that hard to kind of draw a link to possibly the U.S. government having a hand in racism and actually evolving as things go on. There's a lot of important conversations happening right now. For me, it hasn't been outright blatant, and for African Americans, we know kind of the codes that happen to microaggressions. So I would say microaggressions, and it has the possibility to affect my performance, in which there have been some encounters where those opportunities have presented itself. I've chosen to react. Within the State Department, within the U.S. government, there are certain channels that you can go through to file a grievance, but I mean those processes within and of themselves are major steps, and there's probably within the government there's a lot of mistrust within the system to kind of trust those things based on the disparity or based on the disadvantages that African American employees to this day have in working with the U.S. government. There are not that many people at the executive level like our white counterparts, and so this thought of whether to trust the system is always being looked at with some skepticism. So for me, in my experiences, that's kind of how I've dealt with that. And I think it's always helpful to have a trusted confidant in the workplace. Uh, in my case, likely maybe another African American that doesn't work necessarily in the same vicinity. So, as a U.S. diplomat, I have the fortune of working around the world, and in some cases where I'm facing a work issue that might run on the borderline of racism, I'm able to reach out to some mentors who have worked in the system longer than I have, are in other places around the world. So they're a couple of degrees removed